I don't say this to brag, but I get treated pretty well by a lot of companies. When I go to the coffee shop, I often get my coffee for free. When I wanted a new pair of shoes from a specific store, my sales rep hand delivered them to my house, so I didn't have to deal with the traffic to get to the store. While traveling on speaking, I forgot my shaving cream, and a manager from Nordstrom drove 30 miles to hand deliver me my favorite shaving cream. When there was a 2-hour wait to be seated at a fancy restaurant, the host sat me immediately. No questions asked. When I wanted to buy light bulbs quick, the line at the home goods store was long, but a manager opened up a new register just for me and let me check out instantly. It's crazy, actually. It happens all the time, everywhere. And if you ever went to dinner with me, you'd see it in real time, too. Even though I almost never order dessert, the waiter almost always brings out a free dessert to the table. When I asked one of my friends, hey, does this happen to you guys all the time too? They were like, no, literally never. And what's funny is, it seems to happen everywhere, all the time. The question is, why? And how can you replicate it? Hey, what's up? I'm Derek Halpern. You're watching Planet Derek, the place where entrepreneurs come to learn how to get ahead in business and in life. If you're new here, do me a favor, subscribe to my channel, and after you see this video, you're gonna see that this is the best video show on the planet. And you're gonna hit the notifications bell. So let's jump right in. The answer is as simple as this. Be a good customer. I'll explain. A few weeks ago, I went out to get a drink at a fancy hotel. My friend asked the host for a table, and they politely said it's gonna be about 45 minutes. Then, as my friend came back to tell us the bad news, she noticed that I had already talked to someone and got us a table immediately. How'd you do that? Quite simple, actually. I saw the maitre d'. I walked up. I said hello. I shook his hand. Then I said, I always love this hotel this time of year. And it's true. I do love this hotel. And then I asked about tables, and he said there was going to be a wait. And I fired back, how about not waiting and just sit us right here? I know what you're thinking. What an Yeah, I do sound like an but it's all about the delivery. And no, I didn't slip him a 20 or a 50. The maitre d' set a table up for us immediately. He just did it without being bribed. So what happened? And why? Well, here's the deal. When I tell you to be a good customer, it's not about how much money you spend. You don't need to be the best customer from a financial perspective to get treated well. Instead, it means the better you treat people, the better you get treated. So think about the people you talk to when you walk into a restaurant or a coffee shop, or the people you talk to on the phone when you call a company. Usually these people don't own the company, right? They're normal people, just like you and me. And they see so much nonsense all the time. From people complaining about something as stupid as I want a refund even though it's 12 years past the refund period, to some random list of curse words followed by unintelligible yelling of me. This is the reality of most people. So when you contrast that even in a small way, you stand out. And when you make the extra effort to put yourself in the person's shoes, you're like a gift. As an example, at this specific hotel bar, why did I get seated immediately? Well, I know one thing. The people who work there have careers in hospitality. You don't work at a place like this without dedicating your life to the hospitality industry. So when I comment on the decor, the service, or anything related to the hospitality industry, I know they take great pride and joy in it. They do this for a living because they love it. I don't do this to be manipulative. I mention it because I know they care about this specific topic. And that's the key. Most people give generic compliments, and they conduct generic conversations. But when you take a few seconds to put yourself in the other person's shoes and meet them where they are, the magic happens. In this example, when I was talking about the decor and being polite until I was completely the exact opposite of polite, it created a funny moment between me and the maitre d'. This is one of the reasons why he accommodated us. As another example, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but if I'm ordering a coffee at a brand new coffee shop or I'm ordering some food at some takeout place, I'll almost always use one of these lines. I'll say, hey, excuse me, is this the place where I could go like this and everything goes faster? They know I'm kidding because it's so ridiculous. They almost always laugh. And it's about breaking that wall between you and server, which is what makes them like you. You're treating them like one of your friends versus someone who's just there to give you something. Here's another example. At my favorite coffee shop, I know that most baristas work as a barista as a survival job, but they're actually trying to do something else. Like this one barista who I think is remarkable. She loves coffee and creating great coffee, and it shows. But she actually wants to be a professional drummer, and I make sure to ask her about her drumming every chance I get. Again, not to be fake, but because I like hearing about people and the dreams they want to pursue. I'm genuinely interested, and she loves talking about it. Now don't get me wrong, if the coffee shop is slammed, I don't interrupt them with this sort of stuff. They already are stressed from the volume of people, so I don't bother people. I have my credit card ready and I make my order quickly. And then, when things quiet down, I almost always say something like, "Where's the free coffee sign?" Or something equally as silly. Again, acknowledging the fact that these people just worked very hard to clear the queue, because showing respect for the work people do is also part of being a good customer. One more example. Sometimes when I call customer service from my phone company, I'll lead with something as silly as, "Hey, what's up? I'm Derek. How are you?" They'll say, "Great, how can I help?" And I'll say something like, "Well, hold on one second." Rah, 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 rah. I'll just start yelling. And they'll fire back, "Excuse me?" And I'll say, "I'm just kidding." I'm sure you get a bunch of angry people yelling at you over the phone, and their phone's too far in their mouth. Today I have a small problem and I hope you can help. Again, I'm simply putting myself in the customer service rep's shoes. I'm meeting them where they are. I'm acknowledging the types of phone calls they usually get. I'm showing them that I understand. And naturally, things go smoothly from then on. Even if they can't help, they'll try to help. I know it seems so simple, but really, that's the secret behind why I get treated better than most people as a customer. When you put yourself in someone else's shoes and treat them better, they feel better. By being genuinely interested in the people you deal with, they feel better. And by showing your appreciation for what they do, they feel better. And you'll stand out and get treated better. It's something that anyone can do. Now, it's your turn. Think about your next interaction as a customer. What will you do differently to be a better customer? Leave your answer in the comments immediately. Does this speed it up? Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't yet, hit that notifications bell and I'll see you tomorrow.